Thanks for joining me on this next video on how to tie a sheep bend, as well as the slippery version being the slippery sheep bend. The sheep bend is used to secure two ropes together. Very often when a climber wants to bring up a secondary line up into the canopy, it is especially a really good knot when you have two ropes of different sizes, being our rig line, if it's say a 5/8 and we've got maybe a 5 or a 1/2 inch climber's line. But here I do have two ropes of similar size, one being a rig line, the other one being the fall end of my climber's line that is up in the canopy. With that being said, we're going to take that climber's fall end of the line and I'm going to create a bite. Now, with that working end of the rigging line, I'm going to come up through that bite. I've created, kind of grabbed part of that with my thumb here, and now I'm going to grab that working end between both the standing part of the rigging line and the standing part of my climber's line. And now I'm going to pass that working end underneath itself and over top of the two parts of that bite. And then I'm going to pull the standing part of my rigging line and two ends, without letting go of the two ends of the bite of the climber's line, pull everything nice and tight, and there we have it. That is our sheep bend. Okay, and now just as we do to create anything slippery, to make a slippery sheep bend, all we're going to change is, rather than passing the working end through, we're going to create a bite and pass the bite of that rope through. So as I take that apart, I will start again, maintaining that bite in my climber's line, passing that rigging line up through the bite, coming around, holding it off over top of the bite here, grabbing the working end between both the fall end of my climber's line and the fall of that rigging line. And where we pass the bite through, we're simply going to, or the working end through, we're going to pass a bite through. So again, that bite is coming underneath itself and over top of the two ends of that bite of the climber's line. So as I pull enough of the bite through, maintaining the working end out, I can pull the two ends of the bite of the climber's line and the fall of that rigging line to dress and set that knot. And there we have it, a slippery sheep bend. Great knot to tie and secure two ropes together when passing a secondary rope up to a climber in the canopy. Especially better for adding a rope of a larger diameter, much more secured. This rope on the other hand, or this knot on the other hand, when the climber receives up in the canopy, they can pull this working end free, but they're going to have those two ropes still twisted together. So this is why it's not necessarily my preferred method. I do prefer the quick hitch over the sheep bend or the slippery sheep bend. But I can, as a climber, hold on to that bite, and now I can figure out which part is the standing part to release and get those two ropes away from each other. So there is a couple different ways to secure two ropes together. Thanks for watching.